Hello everyone. So in today's presentation we will be discussing about the calculation of SFR and the total number of students capped to 110% of sanctioned intake as per the new SIR format of National Board of Accreditation for Tier 1 institutions. So here the faculty information which falls under the criteria 5 carries around 30 marks for SFR which falls under 1 is to 15. So SFR here it is calculated for each departments and its allied and cluster department together. So all allied branch UG and PG will be coming together for calculation of SFR. So if it is computer science and all the departments related to CSE will fall under one cluster. Similar is with mechanical, similar is the case with software and circuit branches. So here I'll be taking an example of mechanical engineering and then showing a simple calculation of how to do it. So here the number of departments with allied or clusters are taken given the number UG1 to UGN. So if you have only two departments which are allied or cluster, then you will take only UG1 and UG2 if there are no PG. If PG is there, again PG calculation also has to be taken into consideration. So here B stands for the number of students in second year, C stands for number of students in third year, and D stands for number of students in fourth year. So SFR is calculated with the formula SFR is equal to S by F, where S is the number of students of all the programs in the department, including all students of allied departments or cluster departments. So ST is the total number of students, which is sanctioned intake SA plus actual admitted students via lateral entry, including leftover seats, if any, both combined together will be capped to 10% of SA. So total number of students maximum can only be 110% of sanctioned intake. So students who are admitted through any other quota like SNQ, EWS will not be considered for calculating SFR value. So those students are directly exempted. And F in this formula is the total number of faculty on regular or contractual basis who are in full time in the department, including allied department and cluster departments have to be taken into consideration. So here for calculation of SFR, we are not including the faculties who are completely handling first year courses. Their load for first year should be 100%. Such faculties will be exempted for calculation of SFR. So here is an example of calculating the number of students admitted in the program through lateral entry or leftover seats. If the sanction intake is 60, in one of the case, if the number of students admitted to first year is 60, then the leftover seats will be zero. And if the students in that year have not entered through lateral entry, then it will also be zero. So number of students ST will be equivalent to 60. That is SA plus L. L is equal to lateral entry plus leftover seats. Both together have to be capped to 10% of SA. So it is 60 here. In the second case, if the number of students admitted in first year is 58, leftover seats are 2, and students entered through lateral entry is 3, then total number of students for that academic year will be 58 plus 2 plus 3, which is 63, again, which falls short of 110% of sanctioned intake. So here, if the number of students entered in first year is 60, leftover is 0, and number of students entered through lateral entry is 5, then the total will be 65. Here, in another case, number of students entering first year is 46, then the leftover seats for 60 intake will be 14, and number of students that are entering through lateral entry. So lateral entry will be 6 for 60 sanctioned intake plus leftover seats 14 equal to 20. Here the total number of students for that academic year will be SA plus L, which is 10% of SA only can be taken. So it will be 60 plus 10% of sanction intake. Even though it is 20, we will be considering it only to be 6. So 60 plus 6, which will be equivalent to 66. So in another case, if the number of students admitted to first year is only 30, leftover seats is 30, and through lateral entry we get 12 students, then the total number of students for that academic year will be SA. Sanction intake is 60. Even though entry is 30, minimum for calculation we have to take sanction intake, that is 60, plus number of students admitted through lateral entry have to be capped to 10% of sanction intake, that is 6. Even though 12 have come here, we will be taking it as 6. So 12 plus 6 sorry, 630, sorry, sanction intake 60 plus 6 will be equivalent to 66. Here, the number, if it is less than 6, that actual number will be taken into consideration over here. If it crosses 6, then the maximum number only will be taken. In any of the case, if you add it up, you will be not crossing the total of 110% of sanctioned intake. That is for 60 intake, it will be 66 alone. So calculating the student faculty ratio, here I am showing an example of mechanical engineering department allied with aeronautical. So if a college has two departments like mechanical and aeronautical, they fall under one cluster. So BCD is number of students admitted in second year, third year and fourth year. For mechanical engineering for CAY, M1 and M2 is shown over here. And the total of this is added. Similarly, for allied branch, that is aeronautical, we consider it as UG2. So this is again for second year, third year, fourth year for CAY, CAY M1 and CAY M2. So here DS is the total number of students in the department, which is the base department for which you are applying MBA for. So here I am taking it to be mechanical engineering. Total number of students is 172. AS is the allied department. Total number of student is 175. So total number of students in the department, it is allied department plus the actual department for which NBA is going, which will be equivalent to 172 plus 175, which is 347. Similarly for CAY M1 and CAY M2. So once we get that, this is the continuation of that table. So DF is the number of faculty members in the department, that is in mechanical engineering, 14. Number of faculty members in the allied department. For aeronautical, if we have 12 faculties, then the total number of faculties in the department will be DF plus AF, which will be equivalent to 14 plus 12, 26. And if the any faculty is exclusively handling first year, so for mechanical engineering, if there is one subject or one course given to first year from mechanical engineering department, if there are 10 sections in the college for first year, then for each course, if it is having a contact hour of 4 hours per week, which is equivalent to 4 credits, then total 10 sections will be equivalent to 40 contact hours. So for a workload as per the university norms for an assistant professor, it will be somewhere around 16 to 18 contact hours per week or units per week, which is equivalent to hours per week. So if I divide 40 by 16, it will come somewhere around 2.5. So we are considering three faculties exclusively for first year, and which we have done the same. So this is the faculties for first year. We are considering it to be three, which are who are handling 100% of teaching load only for first year courses. These faculties are no way coming for a teaching load with respect to higher semesters. So SFR will be calculated as S, that is total number of students, including mechanical and aeronautical 347, F minus double F, which is the total number of faculty members 26, minus number of faculties handling first year, that is 3 in this case. So 26 minus 3, which is going to be 15.08. Similarly for CAY M1, total number of students of departments here in this case, both the departments, that is mechanical and aeronautical, for total number of faculties DF plus AF minus first year faculty, which will be 15.68. Similarly for CAY M2, we have another number over here. So average SFR for 3 years will be summation of CAY, SFR of CAY, CAY M1 and CAY M2 divided by 3, we are going to get 16.18. So the mark for this ranges from 10 to 30 for SFR, in between 1 is to 15 to 1 is to 25. For 1 is to 15, it is 30 marks, and for 1 is to 25, it is 10 marks. Greater than 1 is to 25, it is fetching 0 marks. So here in this case, for 1 is to 16.8, the marks, probable marks would be somewhere around 26 to 28 marks. So this is how the SFR is calculated as per new SIR. Thank you.